there
Yeah,
was a negative comment on the Behind the Groove channel.
Yes.
So this
You want to talk
guy,
about that?
yeah. So this guy, he was this was the video. It was the, where is it here? It was the video about um the AirPods Max, right?
Yeah.
And
You got a lot of thumbs down on that video.
yeah, but but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a public forum. You can, like I always say, it's just like,
Yeah.
listen, you have some criticism of me, that's
Mhm.
okay. Someone was saying like, hey, your music is too loud. I didn't think it was too
Mhm.
loud, but I was like, well, let me lower it. And it was just like, okay,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I do like that. I was like, yo, thanks.
Mhm.
Someone else, this one was like, yo, you talk too fast in your videos. Can you record this over? And I was like, well, no, I can't record it over, but, DM me, maybe I can help you out. You know what I'm saying? And,
Mhm.
that's how that works, but this person was like, just to get back to this here, this person basically said, I mean, it was kind of weird because, the thing about it is, this is sometimes there are like items like this, news items like this, that
Mhm.
that are just fun to cover, even though it may be rumor, right? It may be a
Yeah, yeah.
rumor. It's just like, it's fun, it's just like, hey, we're bugging out on it, we're tripping out. It's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, just some of the things, the
The thing is
innuendo and
that
all
that's
this
not
sort
a
of stuff.
rumor. That is
Right.
real.
So this guy was basically saying, it's, he was being high minded too. He's like, it's called condensation, it's not
It's
proven, blah, blah,
not
blah. And then he said,
condensation.
you sound really dumb. So he said that, right? And I was like, okay, well, now I got to bust my verbal caps on this guy, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, well, let me bust my verbal caps on the guy. And I, basically was, just said, hey, you know what, and just paraphrasing, I was just like, hey, you know what, as a DJ, you two, as a DJ, I mean, it's one thing to say, hey, we're DJing in a hot club, and you're sweating and you get some sweat on your, your headphones or something like that. It's another thing to say that there's all this condensation in a pair of headphones where they're leaking, right?
Yeah, that
I've
shouldn't
never
be.
experienced anything like that. I think I've
No.
had maybe 100 pair of headphones in my entire lifetime as a DJ.
Yeah.
I've never had headphones that had condensation, right? So I was like, so I don't know if that's true or not, And I was like, and the other thing is, even if it's rumor or not, we're just having fun. Basically, it's not
rumor.
that serious.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. But the thing though with that is that there's companies that have people who support it and they go to the mat to defend whatever the company does.
Right.
And Apple's one of those companies, Pioneer is one of those
Yeah.
companies.
Mm-hmm.
Canon has fans like that. Serato has fans like that. The virtual DJ has fans like that. And I'm like, if the thing is true, it's true.
Yeah.
And do not fight the messenger with a thing that's true.
Yeah.
Like that, like the issue with the headphones is that there's water in a place that there shouldn't be water.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It doesn't matter how it got there. There's water in a place where there shouldn't be water.
Like I was saying,
The end.
it's maybe it's a manufacturer's defect. Maybe this stuff is coming from overseas. You just never know. So I was just like, it could be a manufacturer's defect and defect. And then I was like, I'm not really going to answer your other sort of part when he said, you guys, sound really dumb, and I was like, I'm not going to answer that. But I will say this. I was basically saying, I was just looking at your YouTube channel. I was like, it kind of sounds beneath you, like beneath your intelligence to even say something like that, And, this is an older guy, African American, and I was just like, it's sort of beneath you to even like come out your face like that. It doesn't sound intelligent, it sounds Instagramish, TikTokish even, right? And I said, but that's okay. And then I thanked him for being the first person to leave a comment on the Behind the Groove podcast, YouTube channel. And I was like, hey, but I really thank you for being the first person, for leaving a comment. And then I said, and I also love your video, your Hawaii video. Because he did a Hawaii video, and it was in 4K. And it was slick, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I like this, you know what I'm saying, right? So again, it's one thing to be critical, right? And that's okay to be critical in a public space, right? That's
Yeah.
completely okay. Like, when I was doing my Q&A and I was like, hey, you want to be critical, that's okay. Let's not use profanity. That's not what I'm here for,
Hmm.
But if you have a criticism of me, I'm not going to remove you or delete you.
I don't.
I
I'm
mean,
not
I
worried about
reply
that.
to
Like,
those. Yeah. I
yeah,
reply
like
to them.
when I see trolling accounts or people saying stuff just to be silly, when you respond to them, they clinch up like, "Oh my god, you actually saw my thing,"
Right.
because
Hmm.
people just they leave comments and they run away, and
Yeah.
so when people actually respond to it, they panic because they're like,
Hmm.
"You're not supposed to actually say something. You're not supposed to say that I was
Right.
actually being an asshole. Like you're not supposed
Hmm.
to acknowledge that." So that's what I do. Honestly,
Yeah.
when I see a comment like that, I respond immediately and they clinch up and they stop. So, and a couple people who've left comments like that actually subscribed and they leave like regular comments now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's happened too. So
I
it's just
mean,
it's a factor of people. They don't they treat you like, oh, you're on the internet, so you're not a real person.
yeah.
And when you respond like a real person, they're like, oh, okay, I got respect for you now.
And
It's a
people
weird
want
thing.
to engage too. That's a human thing, it's just like, hey,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at your content, I want to say something,
Hmm.
respond. The guy who said my audio was loud, and I was just like, "Oh, I don't think it's loud. In my head, I was saying, I don't think it's loud. Then another person was like, I think it should double snares, and I was like, who doesn't like double snares? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I mean, it's a dope beat, it's like I got double
Yeah,
snares
yeah.
in there, and they're like sort of staggered, so they have a little swing
Mhm,
on them. So I'm just like, it's dope, you know what I'm
mhm.
saying? So but
Yeah.
anyway, I was like, okay, I'm gonna lower it. I said, I'm gonna lower it, and I said, tell me what you think. Look at some videos after this. He was like,
Mhm.
yeah, that's much better. That's much better. I was like, what about the last video? He was like, yeah, that's the pocket right there. I was like, okay, cool, man.
Mhm.
Thanks for looking out. And it was just like that. It's
Yeah.
again, you can leave negative, you could be critical of
Mhm.
what I do, how I do it, right? But when you get personal or when you try to bash other people, other commenters on the channel, then I have a problem with that. It's just like, you know what, you can't be a part of this like platform, this
Yeah,
engagement
yeah.
on this channel because you're just like being a bully. So it's just like, I mean, you don't even know the
Oh, for
person. It's
sure.
just like, yeah, it's just like you can't. So it's just like you're blocked from this like channel or whatever. It's just like you can't do that.